Hello my fellow chairs and welcome back to EU4. Today we're going to be continuing our mission tree only series where we only play within the confines of a mission tree and without expanding outside of that mission tree. And today is the long awaited nation of Ethiopia. We start out with a really fantastic ruler, a 655, kind of meh heir who's a 121. And our ideas are pretty solid. We get land attrition -10, monthly autonomy change, discipline, prestige, yearly legitimacy, war exhaustion, and fort defense, diplo rep, an additional missionary, core creation cost, and yearly army tradition. And our mission trees gear us towards conquering the Horn of Africa and essentially pushing up into Egypt, conquering half of Arabia, and even making it all the way up to Antioch. Now before I get into this video, I do want to encourage you guys, go ahead, hit that like button, and if you're new here, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of my other EU4 content. So without further ado, let's get into it as Ethiopia. So at the very start, we have to deal with these darn dirty rebels here. Ruler's a really good general. We're going to use our heir though in order to fight them. And we can also choose a blessing at the start here. So the nice thing about playing as a Coptic nation is you get the access to holy sites. And as long as they're controlled by a Coptic nation, then you actually get access to these blessings. Now, the very first one I'm thinking we're going to go with is either this core creation cost or this missionary strength. Kind of leaning towards missionary strength because we're going to have to do a lot of conversions, especially early on. And when looking at our mission tree, a lot of it, as I mentioned earlier, is going to be centered around uniting the Horn of Africa, and that's pretty much this whole tree right here. This one gears us towards making contact with the Portuguese and actually allowing us to get Western units and modernizing our army. This one is once we actually get into Egypt and convert it to Coptic, and this one right here is what allows us to form the nation of Axum. And we can convert some provinces very early on at the start here. We're going to actually start doing that now. Converting this province is going to boost up our religious unity by 13%. It's going to allow us to complete this mission as long as we get an Inquisitor, which we do not have one. And we are going to start improving relations with both of our subjects at the very start here. In terms of estate stuff, obviously we're going to give out religious state. It's going to help us keep up an admin. We're also going to go with the cheaper admin advisor, enforce unity of faith, religious culture, and clerical education. Clerical education is going to be very crucial for Ethiopia, as we're going to have to blast through all of our government reforms in order to modernize our country. Nobility, we're going to go with, we're not going to do increased levies. We're going to go with aristocrat counselors, strong duchies, nobility integration policy, and also nobility officer rights. For the burghers, patronage of the arts, commercial advisory board should be about it. And part of the reason why we have to go through all of our government reforms is because of this right here. And we can complete this mission. However, we'll just do this right now. We can either make the provinces swap over to Coptic immediately and lose 2 stability, or it's going to take us forever to convert the provinces, but we're going to gain stability. To be honest with you, I think we're going to go with the bottom option because I'm not ready to lose 2 stability at the start of the game. And either way, we're almost at that 75% religious unity anyways. In terms of rivals, we will rival Adal and Ajuran. Dal has a ton of allies at the start here. They actually allied Yemen, Ogaden, who's right here, Medjid Bahri for some reason, and then Marahan. We also get access to these unique units called the Kawa Infantry. It costs 2 military points to recruit them, but they are really good in terms of taking less land attrition, reinforcing a lot faster, and taking less shock damage, which is great because a lot of these Sunni nations have a ton of cavalry combat ability. And just simply by recruiting all these guys, we get permanent claims on the southern part of this area now. We also have 2 merchants at the start of the game. Our one in Ethiopia, we're going to set him to hostile trading so we can build up spy networks very quickly. Alright, we are going to go on some of these early conquests. We're going to take out this guy here before Adal gets to them. I'm going to have my subjects hopefully siege him down really quickly. While we are doing this war, I'm going to attack this little guy right here super fast to kind of speed things up. And also starting a 3rd war on this one right here. I have both of my subjects just continue their sieges. I'm going to siege down this guy right now. For this country here, I'm just going to give him to my subject because this is all part of his state, and this saves me the cost of coring it. And as for this stuff here, I will take this for myself. And just for the heck of it, I will start another war, this time against Kaffa. This will call on Alodia, but yeah, we should be okay. Okay, and we can white peace out Alodia, and we will, of course, full annex Kaffa. I guess I have to beat up their army one more time. There we go, we full annex Kaffa, and we pretty much unified our position down here. So conquering this area down here, this is going to give you local development costs and local missionary strength for the next 25 years. And after that, it wants to gear us towards building up our gold mines in both Damat and in Kaffa. And all we're going to do right now is we're just going to chill. We need to get our technology up, and we do need to do some developing. Developing the province of Axum 5 times and making sure that it is Coptic gives us a cathedral in this province until the end of the game, and we also get local development cost and prestige till the end of the game. Also gives us cores. That's right, not claims, but cores on Medre Bahri. So once we are back up to full strength, we're going to go ahead and attack them, and it will also drag us into a war with Adal, and we'll make them break a lot of their alliances. One thing we need to desperately do at the start of this game is get up to Egypt as fast as possible. We're going to be at war with the Ottomans, so it is really crucial that we take out the Mamluks as early as possible and try and get up to Antioch as early as possible before the Ottomans even get here. We also have to make sure that we contact the Portuguese as fast as possible so we can have Western troops that can actually compete with the Ottoman ones. Finally, I can complete this mission. This is going to give us local unrest, additional tax, and a couple provinces. And we need to get to the year 1460 or the event centralization reforms of Zara Yaqub has happened, and we can unlock the biblical Sabbath reform and get even more religious unity and government reform progress. And actually here is the centralization reforms of Yaqub. So we can either take the stability or we get government reform progress, national unrest, and monthly reforms until our ruler dies, which I mean our ruler, he's 35 years old, but I feel like it is worth it to take this. Go ahead, do this, and we could pick up our very first government reform, which will be strength and noble privileges. Got to get that extra manpower at the start. We could take the biblical Sabbath reform, which gives us missionary strength, talents of the true faith, monthly reform progress, but we lose out on a little bit of our tax. So yeah, we're going to take this. Improving relations with both of our subjects up to 150 gives us the subjects of Ethiopia event, which allows us to choose through these two decisions. Either we get extra diplomatic annexation costs until 1480, or we get more income and subject liberty desire goes down by 15%. We're going to go with this top option because, well, I want to integrate both of these guys. We also get a bunch of permanent claims on all this stuff up here in Nubia. So now we can actually start turning our attention towards this. Specifically, once my truce with Alodia is gone, then we will start attacking and invading this area. As I mentioned earlier, we do have a couple gold mines in our early expansion areas, and this one right here, because we have access to it right away, this is what's going to fuel our early on economy. Both of these gold mines right here. And what I'm going to do right now, because we actually got a really good region here, I'm going to disinherit my heir. He's absolute just garbage, a 1-2-1, and I believe that we could probably get one better, probably through events or just naturally. I see Adal does have some rebels, looks like, in their capital. So once I see them actually fight these guys, I'm going to go ahead and move in to invade them. Yep, here they go. So they have half their troops pretty much. We're going to invade Medre Bahri. Ooh, a general with a 100 army tradition. Yes, please. What do we get? Oh, yeah, he's a 6-6-2-2. That's pretty gross. We're about to just conquer all this stuff really fast and almost stack wipe both of these guys. We did just stack wipe Adal's entire army, losing like almost nobody. About to do the same thing to Medre Bahri here. And we did get a much better heir, 3-6-3, much more tolerable than that 1-2-1. So with Adal, I'm not going to full annex these guys or vassalize them or anything like that. Instead, I'm going to humiliate them, take all their money, and have them pay us war reparations. We'll be back to conquer them later. Medre Bahri, as I mentioned, we have cores here, so easy enough. We don't even have to spend any admin to deal with them. And now we can complete 2 missions. Oh, we just have to convert this to Coptic now, which it is. Oh, we have to improve the development by 5 times. Oh my. So do this. We're going to lose 75 ducats. We now have a shipyard in Massawa. We repay off all of our loans, and we're making 3 ducats at the start now. So much better than what we were doing even just moments ago. We're going to start annexing Damat. It's going to cost us 5 Diplo a month, about a year. And we will do the same thing with our boy Hadia. And we can finally take this. This allows us to lose all of our autonomy in those provinces, get a government reform progress, and we're going to get local goods produced for the next 25 years. And we could get control of gold mining, meaning that there's a less likely chance that we can actually our gold mines will get depleted. And so far, our economy running off of these gold mines, we're making 16 ducats just off our gold mines alone, meaning we're making 15 ducats in total. Obviously, we're going to hire some advisors, make use of that money, and build up our economy even more with all that money. All right, we could go ahead full annex Dongola. They are, or I guess they were a Shia nation, so gonna have to convert a lot of that stuff. And we could also complete this mission, which I'm not going to do just yet, or actually I will, because we do own the provinces. We do get a frontier right here in this province, so yeah. We also got permanent claim on this province owned by the Mamluks, so we are ready to go against the Mamluks at any time. As soon as we see those Ottomans invading them, we are going in. All right, we're going to start our next 2 wars. We're going to attack Beha over here, and we will attack Makuria, who is allied to Medina. War against Beha, over. Finally developed Massawa 5 times, so now we're going to get permanent claims on Adal. And we also get the Great Port of Axum, so we get even more development here, changes the name of the province, and it creates a level 2 center of trade in Massawa, which I think before it didn't even have a single center of trade here. But now it has a level 2. And our really good ruler has finally died, putting us in a regency. At least it's not a bad regency by any means. Finally, after waiting such a long time, we can full annex Makuria. Alright, our truce with Adal is over. We're going to immediately attack these guys. Oh, finally, after chasing these guys down, we're finally catching them over here. Alright, we can full annex Adal. That's going to be a ton of AE, so we're probably going to have a bit of a coalition. I'm okay with that, especially because we could take this and we get permanent claims on everything else in the Horn of Africa. All right, and we will do our very next war immediately before these guys start forming a coalition against us. Give it 1 sec. Once I get my claims, here we go. We're going to co-belligerent Ogaden, and we're going to attack Warsangali and Ogaden. And we also got Miltech 6. What perfect timing. And just for the heck of it, I'm going to attack this guy because Adran's probably going to join the coalition against me, so might as well prevent these guys from allying up. Don't know what happened. Oh, we scored a bunch of stuff. Our ruler died, apparently. So we got a 354. About to apparently be plunged into a civil war. That all happened, like, all instantly. I thought I went bankrupt. I was like, what? I don't even have any loans. So scared, my heart dropped. Alright, this guy we're gonna full annex. Only 51 admin, that's nothing. And because Ajran has like no troops, no allies, we're just gonna go ahead and invade these guys. I really don't care. Though I will also hire the free company because I am gonna have a bunch of rebels soon enough. So I'm gonna have 1 mercenary company to help me out in this war, and I'm gonna have one of my main armies actually chill and deal with the rebels for me. Oh, lovely. They actually spawned where my free company was at. And we could go ahead full annex Warsangali. I'm going to delete our mercenary company. They're too expensive now. And we're going to relax for a long time because we are completely out of manpower, and we got a lot of rebel problems all of a sudden. And we're also a great power. Would you look at that? We are the number 8 great power. We had the institution. We actually be ahead of Aragon as of right now. This wasn't too bad. Almost 30 years to the day of conquering the entirety of the Horn of Africa. I could actually ally Korakoyunlu. This may actually be a great ally, especially against the Mamluks. Oh man, that actually might just open things up because me and Korakoyunlu are ahead of the Mamluks. Also, Kilwa just rivaled me, so screw you, rival you, and I will rival the Mamluks. And we can have up to 40,000 troops all of a sudden. And as I mentioned, we're just going to relax for a little bit. Our boy Korakoyunlu, very strong. We'll use them soon enough to beat up on the Mamluks. Alright, and because we have converted Quasir Ibrim over to Coptic, we actually get a permanent claim on the entire Egyptian region. And we get morale of armies for the next 25 years. It is also one of our holy sites, and so we are going to go with, I'm going to say core creation cost here, or actually manpower recovery speed. But maybe this core creation cost is going to be the better one because we are going to be going into Egypt, which ton of high dev provinces. Ooh, Mamluks started a kind of a big war for them. They attacked Naj. So now they're at war with their former ally of Ormuz, at war with Timurids and all their subjects. And Timurids are really strong in this game. So once I get something like 15,000 manpower, we're probably going to end up attacking the Mamluks. Alright, I'm just going to say screw it. We're going to war with the Mamluks. Korakuyunlu just mainly want Syrian stuff from them, so they're not really going to occupy the land I actually want from them. Also, Hadramut, the Mamluk ally, would not join this war, so yeah, this may actually be a pretty easy war for us. I do have to watch out because it does look like the Mamluks do border the Ottomans, so I would not be surprised if the Ottomans get any ideas to, do their thing against the Mamluks. In fact, I probably will actually give Korakuyunlu some provinces just to prevent something like that from happening. And if anything, it actually looks like the Ottomans are more preoccupied with Akkoyunlu, so that makes me happy. The longer they stay up there, the better for me. And we did just take Cairo, so that's a big dub right there. Oh, they don't even have a fort in Alexandria. That makes this so much easier for me, actually. And sure enough, Ottomans are coming in, taking over Antioch from the Mamluks. And yeah, look at all those Turkish guys just coming down. That's terrifying. Tier 5 government reform, we actually have a unique one, which is grant privileges to the Kawa. So they take less fire damage, we get stability costs, monthly war exhaustion, regiment cost, and reduce morale taken damage by reserves. Alright, and we can finally get the peace deal that we want. Pretty much cutting Egypt off from the Ottomans. And yeah, that's a lot of border gore, but that's okay. We can now complete this mission, Restoration of Christianity in Sakin. So now it changes to Coptic, gains development. We've united the Horn. We get permanent claims on a bunch of stuff over here in Arabia, such as on the Rasids and on Hadramut. So you guys can already see where this is going, as we're going to immediately attack the Rasids. And unfortunately for us, one of our gold mines, the one in Damat, actually depleted. I'm going to boost this up again, back to 11, because I like my money. But yeah, there's a high chance it's what's probably done. Oh, at some point, I should probably dev the Renaissance here. Alright, and we are going to go ahead full annex the Rasids. Have permanent claims all over their country. A little bit of a coalition, but mainly people in Arabia, so it's okay. And we will immediately attack Hadramut, the full annex their country as well. So we get this event here. We get visitors from Portugal. Obviously, we're going to honor this guy. This sets us on the path of westernizing our army. Alright, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to vassalize Hadramut after taking a few of their provinces. The reason being, it's going to call me into a defensive war against Mahra, where I'm going to be able to just full annex Mahra. Pretty much Hadramut's just going to be an OPM now. And doing this is, here we go, permanent claims, pretty much all of Mahra. Actually, it is all of Mahra. And I could call on my boy Korakuyunlu. We also get permanent claims all across the Red Sea. I don't think, yeah, the Ottomans will not be able to take all that stuff. So that's okay. And we could go ahead full annex Mahra. One less station in Arabia. And we could also complete this mission, allowing us to basically see the entire Mediterranean Sea. We have 20 Navy tradition. We also got contact with Portugal, so alliance with the Portuguese event happens. We're obviously going to send them an alliance. That would be fantastic, which we do get Portugal as a friend. And we discover all their land. And again, we're going to chill for at least a little bit until our truce with the Mamluks is over, which is great because now we know of the Ottomans and they're hostile towards us. Alright, our next mission down this Portuguese one, we just need 5% or more trade power in Valencia, Liguria, Venice, or Gibraltar. We have converted Alexandria, another one of our holy sites, over to being Coptic, so we're going to choose the manpower recovery speed one next and go right back to converting everything and anything. And since we have converted Alexandria, we could gain Egyptian as an accepted culture, get cheaper technology costs, clergy loyalty equilibrium, and permanent claims on the Ottomans pretty much as it pushes us towards conquering all of Antioch. Ottomans, by the way, they took quantity ideas. They've been opening up with quantity in all of my games as of late. And Ottomans did announce me as a rival, so that's lovely. What's a chairman game without the Ottomans ever rivaling you? And our ruler's dead. So we got a 2, 3, 4 in charge now. And we got a 441, decent enough. So we have discovered a little bit more in the Mediterranean. We now know about France. And I'm assuming, yeah, France, really big guy. 551 dev. We actually have more dev than France, but we're significantly weaker than them. We're actually closer to that of the development of the Ottomans, which is very surprising. Finally embrace the Renaissance. That's going to really, really help us. Like, a lot. We just need to get our admin tech up because our admin is hot garbage since we've been expanding so rapidly. Ooh, and we get help from the west, so we get morale of armies plus 5%, national manpower, and military tech minus 5. Truce with the Mamluks is over. We're going to immediately attack these guys. Alright. We are now on to tier 6. I'm thinking we are going to go with Royal Decree, Absolutism, always very nice. And once we boost ourselves up to level 3, or once we boost ourselves up to 3 and stab, we can finally complete this mission. Which I'll just do that now. It's going to give us establishment of a permanent capital and a new government. So we get less unrest, tolerance to the true faith, maximum absolutism, and more Kawa. Let's go ahead, full annex Medina. Oh, Korakayunlu's calling me in this war. I mean, I'm already at war with the Mamluks, so how does this work? Sure. You know, I could go with religious ideas, and this would be really good for that manpower and true faith provinces. And obviously just general conversions, but I mean, so far we are converting everything super fast. I already have 2 missionaries. I get another missionary in my idea. So, I mean, we are converting things like so quickly. So instead, I honestly think I'm going to go with diplomatic ideas instead, in hopes that maybe I can land an alliance with somebody like Austria or maybe even France or, you know, maybe even Poland later on. Ooh, Ottomans are attacking Korakayunlu. No thank you, Cora. I am so sorry. I am not doing that to myself. I having too good of a game right now. Okay. We've taken pretty much everything that we have a claim on in Arabia. Which that means we could finally click on this. Now this allows us to form what is perhaps one of the most overpowered nations in the entire game. We could either stay as Ethiopia and, you know, decide to form Axum later on, or we could just become Axum right now. And their ideas are fantastic. So we get discipline, governing capacity modifier plus 15%, 25% national manpower modifier, prestige, aggressive expansion, cheaper provinces versus other religions, tolerance of the true faith, tech costs and institution spread, trade efficiency, and yearly inflation reduction. And because we did just take Mecca from the Mamluks, we now have a 3rd missionary, so we are converting things a lot faster, even more now. So it makes sense not to take religious ideas as Ethiopia. And we are also the number 6th greatest power in the game right now. If we had colonialism, we would be the number 4. Really hoping at some point Portugal decides, you know what, Axum, I want to give you colonialism because I don't want to develop it, especially since it spawned in Portugal. I wish I could just simply ask for them to spread knowledge sharing to me. Oh my goodness. So I requested maps from Portugal. And I could actually ally the Commonwealth. This changes everything. This literally changes the entire everything about my game. Ottomans are done. Like, I don't know what else to say at that point. Like, you know, Ottomans, there's just no way that they would be able to stand up against the Commonwealth. Now, I kind of am actually interested to re-ally Korakayunlu because, I mean, I can always fall back on the Polish for helping me out. Oh, finally, Commonwealth is going to give us colonialism. Alright, truce with the Mamluks is over. We're going to go ahead and attack them on both of our allies. And now Ottomans are invading Korakayunlu. Oh, no, not again. I'm going to break this alliance again. Sorry, Cora. Alright, we've pretty much conquered all of Egypt except for this one province here. Ooh, Austria is at war with the Ottomans. Thank you, Genoa, for being allied to them. Let's also embrace colonialism. That's going to allow us to get better tech. Alright, we are going to launch this really big war against the Ottomans. Honestly, I think now's a good time to do it because they are at war with Austria. Alright, let's get Tripoli out of this war with the cheaper province war score cost from Diplo ideas, and it will only cost us 51 war score combined with the Age of Reformation bonus and our ideas to take all the provinces we actually need from the Ottomans. That's really not that bad. Especially if my boy Commonwealth actually takes Constantinople. We're about to take all those provinces in one war. Alright, Hungary is out of this war. They were white pieced out. So now it's just me and the Commonwealth versus the Ottomans. And the Commonwealth is probably going to be forced out sooner rather than later. Alright, before this battle happens, I'm just going to make peace. We're just going to take this much land from them. We'll come back to beat up on the Ottomans later. It's actually a pretty sizable chunk that we took from them. I mean, at least it weakened them, you know, at least a little bit. Alright, our truce with the Mamluks is over, so we're gonna go ahead and attack these guys. They're allied to Kilwa, so gives us a chance to take all their money. And I will call on Portugal. Should help out with their navy. I'm sure that they probably want some stuff over here as well. Also, Ottomans taking out their frustrations on poor Russia up here. Russia got absolutely demolished. They have no troops. And Sweden probably looking at Russia with hungry eyes right now. Finally finish up quantity ideas, meaning we can have 132,000 troops, putting us that much closer to the Ottomans. Of course, Mamluks, we're just going to full annex these guys. That's the end of the Mamluks. No need to talk about them anymore. Alright, truce with the Ottomans is over. We can call on pretty much all of our allies, and honestly, I think we have a great chance of just beating down on the Ottomans, so let's give it a go. And our guys, compared to the Ottomans, we're like almost the exact same army as theirs. It's just that, you know, they probably have the better unit type. So it requires us to actually send more guys in battle each and every single time in order to just win a battle. Okay, and finally we can make peace with the Ottomans. We're going to take this for ourselves, and Koraklian is going to be the really big beneficiary out of this, is they're going to get the majority of their cores back. I love how the Ottomans, they're originally allied to Shamar, but they broke their alliance with them, and now they're attacking them. And we've converted Antioch, giving us an additional missionary strength, and missionary maintenance cost for 50 years. I mean, that would be nice if we were going to be conquering all this stuff, but we've reached the end of all the conquest stuff of our mission tree. Oh, finally I could complete this mission. So now all of our troops change to Western. Jeez, our army is actually really strong all of a sudden. Now we have tercios, all that stuff. That is actually kind of disgusting with how powerful that mission is. And finally, I can complete this one, Blessed Empire. Till the end of the game, we get stab cost minus 15%, tolerance of the true faith plus 3, and manpower and true faith provinces plus 30%. And that was our last mission, so that is where I'm going to call it for today's video. It took us until about 1641. We are the 7th greatest power with over 1,000 development. Our army is really good. We have 128 discipline, 5 morale, 75 army tradition. Almost, we're at 90 army professionalism, and we could have about 200,000 troops. Hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Had a great time. Played as Ethiopia, though there were some moments, especially early wars against the Ottomans, where I kind of wanted to pull out my hair because of how difficult those wars were. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, where you will leave a like on this video, and I hope you guys subscribe to my channel. Once I hit 5,000 subscribers, I will be doing a True Heir of Timur achievement run, so make sure you guys stick around for that, and I will see you guys in the next one. Chairman out.